Hello everybody and welcome to Let's Play Cities XL. I am BoneCanoe86. Oh man, I've been excited to play this game for a while now, and well, here we are. Cities XL is a city building simulation, as you probably all know, and this is, I guess, the equivalent of the region view from SimCity 4, except not really. What we do here is we basically pick the plot we want our hill or our city to be on. So what we're going to do is find a good spot for our city. And you can see here, you can see the resources. The city has a good amount of oil, but not much water, not many fertile areas, and some good possibility for holidays. And also, you want to keep in mind, flat is pretty important. I once, when I was warming up for this Let's Play, I built a city on a place that was 50% flat, and 50% was by no means flat. And yes, you can recreate Paris if you want. But what I'm looking for is something that's balanced. So we're going to go in easy. We're going to take a look. Alright, flat. Hollywood, the Old Falls. 75% flat. Alright. So, got a lot of good options here. This one would be cool, except that it's not very flat, and I want something a lot flatter than what I had been using. Alright. Don't mean to linger on this screen for too long, but I'm being very picky about what I want. Alright. I want a city that has both oil and water, and I don't seem to be getting either. The idea of the different cities having different resources is that they're going to be trading with each other. And there is a function for that. Alright. Oh, only 50% flat. We're not going to do that. Alright. 50% flat. 30% flat. Ooh, definitely not. The mountain. Huh. How flat do you think the mountain would be? Good question. Alright. Whoa, 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 whoa. Alright. Huh. The Lakelands, the Delta, Snow Peninsula, the Cliffs. That sounds... I don't know. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, I chose the Fertile Plains from this map. I'm not sure where on here that is. That's the city I made before. Yeah, I'm not sure where this is on the map, but it doesn't really matter as long as I have it. So this one's pretty balanced. Has oil, has water, has fertile areas, doesn't have too much in the way of holidays, but don't really care about that too much. So, here we go. Here's our Create a City screen. I'm just going to call this Mondavi. It is a reference, but I'm not going to tell you guys what. And you can actually choose what style of roads you want. But today I'm going to go with American roads because I am American. So we're going to be patriotic with our roads today. Oh yeah. Alright. So here we go. Brand new city. For those of you who are new to this channel, I have been a long time SimCity player, you know, starting out with SimCity 2000, then 3000, then eventually SimCity 4. So this game was a natural draw to me. It's easy enough that if you have played SimCity, you'll pick this up easily, but it's different enough that you're going to have to throw out a lot of what you know from SimCity to play this. Alright, we're going to take a look around. Yes, we have some... the maps are a lot prettier than than SimCity 4. It almost looks like I could be looking at a satellite view. The downside is you can't really edit your own, at least not to my knowledge. But that's alright, we hardly need that when we have something as nice looking as this. So just like SimCity, you're going to want to build a road connection first. So the purple areas represent areas where you can build the road connection, and pretty much we can build it anywhere we want at this point. So we're going to start up here with a small avenue. You have a lot of road types in Cities XL, and you can build them in any orientation you want. You're not stuck on a grid, and let me tell you, that was the thing that immediately grabbed me to Cities XL, because, I mean, that's been a dream of mine ever since I first played SimCity, was to have roads going in all different directions, and you can have curved roads too. I will show you those in a minute, but first of all, we're going to build a city hall. In SimCity games, you usually didn't have to build a city hall until a little bit into the game, but in Cities XL, it's pretty imperative that you build it immediately. Because this is how you collect taxes. Alright, and you can see what the building needs. It needs unskilled workers and skilled workers. Oh, that's another thing about Cities XL. It has a quite odd way of dividing people by social class. But we'll get to that in a minute. We're going to start with our all-in-one utility center. This is pretty much to help start you out. It has, you know, it gives you electricity, gives you water, fuel, and takes care of your trash. It's pretty much everything you could possibly need for a small city. So, there we go. Alright, and it's time to build residences. In most SimCity games you would start with industry, but nope, not this time. Residences is what we're starting with. Alright, a lot to go over here. We have 4 different classes of people, and all housing is divided by classes, because I don't know why, but that's just how it is. We have unskilled workers, and that's all we can build right now. But we're going to have skilled workers, executives, and elites. And over here is low density, medium, and high density. And it tells you exactly how much you need to unlock each step. And there is a mode called Expert Mode where you can unlock everything all at once. But if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to get into a heck of a lot of trouble. So what we're going to do is we're just going to play it according to what it thinks we should have at the time, if you know what I mean. Alright. Well, we have 4 different ways of zoning. We have your block zoning, where you pretty much define your blocks, and then you can... Oh, yeah, auto-saving happens a lot. Then you can create rectangular blocks, and they don't have to be oriented to your road. For instance, I could do this if I wanted to. Alright, and then there's a free zone, where pretty much you can just make any shape you want within certain reasons, and it will pretty much fill it in for you. It's quite cool. Then there's the single zone, where you can just plop things along here one at a time. And the straight zone, where you can just build a road, and it forms up along there. So, and you can define the size of the roads that you want for these zones. So it's pretty cool. Like the exterior road is going to be a road, and the interior is going to be a small road. But okay, enough talking about it. Let's actually do it. We're going to begin with a simple square zone. We're going to have it be parallel to the street, and we're just going to have it be like that. Alright. Unskilled workers. Your average, just regular, everyday workers, I guess. And as you can see, they're already moving in. How wonderful. We can even click on the houses and see what's going on. Employment satisfaction is low. Well, we don't have any employment yet, other than the City Hall and the Utility Center. But they need shops. So what we're going to do is go over to commerce. And unlike SimCity, where there's only really one kind of commerce you can zone, we can zone retail, we can zone hotels, and there's more we can zone, but that's all I got now. So, retail, my friends have been telling me this over and over, just put, you know, one retail at a time, and it will serve a certain area. Alright, and now we need heavy industries. Oh, here we go. Yep, get used to seeing this a lot, because achievements are going to be popping in your face all the time. Alright, so here we go. We're going to build avenues. The small avenue is the largest capacity road we can currently build, so we're gonna build it straight out to here, and we're gonna place some heavy industries. Alright, you see we have many different kinds of industries. Food industry, heavy industry. Two more we don't have yet, which are manufacturing and high tech, and offices. That's right, offices are industry in Cities XL. I know for those of you like me who have been playing SimCity all this time, that's very jarring, and it's going to take a lot of getting used to. But, yes, that's how it is. Alright, yes, and you're going to probably see me going to the Commerce tab looking for offices, but it's going to be under Industry. So, alright. What we're going to do now is take a road, and I'm going to demonstrate some of the curviness you can make. Am I on the right road? Hold on. Yes I am. Okay. And you see you have three options. You can make it straight, curved, and 8 orientations road, which pretty much locks it on either a grid or a 45-degree angle. So we're just going to get a little creative with this. Oop. And if you don't like what you did, you can hit exit, and it takes away a segment, or escape, you know. Whee! We're just going to have this derp road going in a big loop around the city. And unfortunately, you can't name roads in Cities XL, at least as far as I know. Alright. And let's build a road like that. You can see, because this is American-style roads, you have the double yellow line. The last city I made had the German-style roads, which had the single central white line, which I presume German roads have. I mean, I've been to Germany once, but, you know, I didn't really stare too much at the roads. But, okay. Anyway, this is an example of the free zone. You can click on the corners of these roads, and you see, it zones us in some zones, and it adds decorations. It's very useful. Alright. The plots are small enough like that. It won't create its own roads, but let's say I'm going to do a big plot like this. Okay, that might be too big. Alright, let's see if I... Nope, no it's not. Yeah, if I do a bigger plot like this, it fills in like that. Pretty cool. Alright, so I really don't like building straight roads just because this is 16 years of SimCity frustration at not being able to build curved roads coming through. So I'm just going to build curved roads up the wazoo. Alright, so we're going to build more unskilled workers over here because we need to balance things out. Alright. This game is very picky about things, so gonna have to be careful. Alright. No. I want it to fill in this area. Oh. Yeah, you're gonna be raging against the thing quite a lot. I can tell you that. Alright. Luckily enough, the roads snap pretty easily to the sides of things. So, that pretty much saves you from a lot of headaches that would otherwise arise. Alright. Come on. Don't be a jerk. Don't be a jerk. There we go. Isn't that pretty? That's pretty, isn't it? Alright. That's even prettier. And there we go. That's pretty much the beginning of our city. And you can find out why things aren't building by clicking on them. There are too many unemployed workers. So, pretty much what we need is more... We're getting mixed messages because we're getting more housing for skilled workers, yet they're not filling in what we gave them, so it's easy to be confused. So what we're going to do is zone some more places for them to work. We're going to put in some offices. Alright. Just like that. No, actually not like that at all. What am I saying? I should expand this avenue first. This avenue is going to have a whoa, that's not an avenue. Okay. It's going to have a wide, gentle curve. And we are going to zone in some offices now. Sometimes have to make sure I click on the right button first, otherwise it's just... everyone is just awkward. Alright. And there we go, our first office park. And as you can see, the decorations they filled in are very different than before. And hopefully people will build here. I see here, a new business will open soon. Alright, and so it's going to take a bit before things really happen. Like here, a new business will open soon. Alright, now that we got the basic, the stuff started, we're going to go over here to some of our windows here. You can see the transportation. You can see traffic. Of course, there's no traffic yet. We barely have a city. But we got that. And then over here we have our resources. So if you want to see where your oil producing areas are, we got one up here. And I think that's the only one. Yep, that's the only one. Look for groundwaters over here. So that's where we're going to put our pumps eventually. Then fertile areas. And look at that. We have a really fertile area. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build a road. This road is going to cut straight through the fertile areas. We're going to go over to industry, over to food industry, and there we go. We can zone anywhere in here that we want. Now, keep in mind, we can only zone in the green areas. They won't let us zone outside of them. And there's 6 kind of farms. One's a silo. We can't build that yet, but the other 5 we can build. They all do the same thing, so there's no... Oh, too large. Alright. There's no reason to worry about building the different kinds. It's mainly aesthetic. For aesthetic purposes, you want to build different ones. Alright. And yeah, I know, I could build just regular shaped zones, but what's the fun in that? For so many years, that's all I could do. So, we're gonna have some fun and be free. They should have used that in the advertising campaign. SimCity got you feeling boxed in? Be free! Cities XL lets you zone wherever the hell you want. So don't blame me when your cities are getting ridiculous, or something like that. Alright. So we're just going to zone a crap load of fields. Can I zone a pentagon-shaped field? I can. Nice. Alright, how about a hexagon? There we go. Oh, man. Yeah, straight roads are for sissies. Alright. So, let's see. The citizens are victims of rationing. That means their retail isn't too good. If we go over to economy... no, wrong screen. Satisfaction. We can look at shops. Shop satisfaction. It looks pretty good. I'm not sure what they're complaining about. But it's probably a better idea to build more. Alright. Click out of this crap. Decided to click out of it. Okay. And now... oh, look at this. Nice little road with sidewalks that leads all the way into the farmlands. Alright, we need to build more stuff. This is our resource panel. We don't have to worry about this too much right now. We will in a bit. But as you can see now, the unemployment rate for skilled workers is, or unskilled workers is 19%. So we're going to zone them more factories, because it's one place they like to work, is factories. And even though they haven't built all these yet, they soon will finish building them all. So there we go. Ooh, I didn't want it to be like that. Oh, whatever. Yep, that will probably be a traffic snarl later, because you want to keep your intersections kind of far from each other. But it's right. Build more housing for skilled workers. Alright. It's showing that we have no skilled workers, which I don't think is really accurate, but we're going to build more skilled workers housing regardless. Alright. Build more connections there. And I wonder if we can fill in this whole big plot with skilled workers. I don't know. We've been able to fill in some other creative shapes before. Oh yeah. Look at that. Ain't that purty? Alright. Well, we would have to, it would have to be a higher density for it to have problems, but you don't want to do this kind of thing, this roads within roads, if the density is too high. I mean, with low density it should be okay. Now, these buildings up here are losing money. So, this building has no workers. Okay. Now, because the number of skilled workers is low. We're going to speed up the time a little bit. But that problem should be fixed because we just put in housing for a whole bunch of new skilled workers. Alright. Let's slap another store over here. Unemployment strikes unskilled workers. Well, why? You have all this. But we can look here.